Hey guys, it's Torque here. I've got another video for you guys today. I got a semi-common matchup, Camille into Cassante. I don't think it's too hard of a matchup personally, but I have seen people struggle with it, so I feel like it's probably a good idea to go through it. I found it pretty easy this game. I pretty much stomped the Cassante entirely in lane, got like I think one or two solo kills, and from there I just was able to help my team and we won the game pretty easily. So in this matchup, I think I see a lot of people just automatically default to grasp on Camille, but I've been finding that in a lot of matchups recently, Conqueror or press the attack has just been better. Usually press the attack into ranged, but definitely Conqueror into like something like the Sante, or even a lot of the matchups that people just default to grasp in, I think because of Camille. I think Conqueror just works much better. So that's what I'm running this game. I'm running Conqueror. I have Ignite and TP, and my plan is pretty much to just slap Cassante in the face as much as I can and see how it works out. So coming to this lane, I'm already looking to dodge Cassante's Q. The one thing is that he does have range on you, but as long as I'm able to dodge that, I'm able to get good trades on him. I start my Q here because I want to see if I can go for a bit of a long trade, as that will allow me to kind of use my Conqueror advantage. See, even with his stacked Q, I'm not really afraid to fight him because I know I have Conqueror, and so he can't keep fighting me. He has to back off after seeing that I'm about to proc it. So here I'm about to hit level 2 very soon. You'll see that I'm posturing up a bit because I want to be ready to use my advantage, and I immediately go in for it. Unfortunately, he managed to dodge out, but it's fine. And I think in this matchup, you have to really be ready to fight early game, just because if you wait too long, it becomes a bit easier for Cassante to fight back. He's able to W your E and other stuff. So you really have to use that early power that Camille has when she has something like Conqueror to just beat him down, so that he's already behind by the time you get to the point where he even has a chance of fighting you. Perfect. Okay, so with this now, I'm kind of looking at, can I dive this guy? But then he just walks up here with my stack Conqueror, and you can see just how strong Conqueror is. Normally, like just an auto there, even with Ignite, probably wouldn't have been enough to kill him. But because I had Conqueror fully stacked, I had way more AD, and it just led to a free kill. So now I'm just gonna clear this wave, and I'm gonna back. So coming back to lane, if you look to the bottom right, you can see that I have 2 longswords. And normally I don't like being able to get Sheen on my first back, but when you have Conqueror, having the 2 longswords actually helps a lot because you're looking to auto a lot. And so the bonus AD really does, put up just as much of a fight as the, extra damage on Sheen. And so this wave is coming into me here. Right now, my aim isn't actually to fight him. It's actually to thin the wave, which is why you notice the instant I see I can't do that, I just back up. Because if I try to fight him in that wave, I could just throw my lead immediately. Now over here, it seems like he allows me to kind of thin the wave a bit. And so now I'm able to freeze the wave here. And at this point, I'm just looking for pretty much any trade I can get onto him. The thing though is I'm very wary of his W. Because it pretty much counters Camille's E straight up. So I have to either force it out of him first, or I just can't E in while he has it up. Okay, so he backs here. I'm not really sure why this is gonna push back to him. I have several options here. I think I'm just gonna slow push this though, largely because it just gives me more options when I'm crashing it onto his tower. So we're just gonna do that for a bit, and we'll see what we need to do next by the time he comes back to lane. I think if ultimately he chooses not to let me fight him or kill him, I might just go ahead and roam or something. Okay. So you can see that while I do have Conqueror, and so this is what I was talking about there, E-ing in with his W up really does create a problem for me if I'm not careful. and so I'm forced to back here again. But you can see that even though I do have Conqueror, I'm not forcing long trades. If he's not, you know, trying, like, walked up far enough where I can fight him for a long time, I'm just gonna back up after taking a short trade. Yeah, so the lane's gonna be stale for a bit, largely because Cassante he's realized he can't really fight me fairly, and so he's just gonna chill for a bit, and I'm just gonna pretty much do the same. I'm not gonna force a fight if there isn't one. I'll just look to land my abilities if I can. This Cassante also kind of inted by going like Aftershock. If he had Grasp, I think his trades would be much more problematic for me. You know, those Q autos really do a lot of damage when he has something like Grasp. Okay. So here I have 1,000 gold. It's enough for my Sheen, and so I think the best option is just to back, get my Sheen, and TP back to lane. And with that, I can just put a lot of pressure on him. Yep. The reason I TP immediately is partly because I don't want to miss the wave, but also because I don't want to give him a chance to also like just get a free back or anything like that. You know. And here he's actually trying to fight me, and I'm not really sure why, because he knows that I beat him, or he should know I beat him at least. Okay. So we see the Janna come up here. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to kill him because of that. I would have just R'd him if Janna didn't show up, but there's not much I can do about that. Okay, so I'm just gonna go for another back. This is already pushing into him. I think, unfortunately, he's gonna hold it, but due to Janna's interference, I'm just behind in health, and he has ults. Trying to fight him at that point could easily result in me dying. Yeah. So we now see this fight that's just randomly happening in jungle. It's very important that you are always looking at the map when you're not actively doing anything, because it lets you like see fights like this and see fights that maybe you can go effect. So you see that I immediately walk here from base. I don't like head to lane or anything, and it allows me to get 2 very free kills here. Nice. And so with this now, Cassante has no real way to fight me anymore. If at any point in lane he tries to walk up, he's probably just gonna straight up die. So this is quite a while later in lane. I've completed my Triforce now. Not much has happened since I got, you know, those other 2 kills. I've just been pushing waves into him, and he's been playing pretty far back, so I've been able to kill. I find him here just chilling in the bush, and you're about to see like just how strong Conqueror is when it comes to when it's paired with Triforce. And I want you also to pay attention to the way I held my E towards the middle of that fight, and I'll actually replay it for you guys so that you kind of see like how important it is to really just hold your E as Camille. I think in almost every situation you should look to try to hold your E. It almost always will give you a better result than if you try to EE immediately. Now this part is very important when you're winning pretty much any matchup very, very hard, is that your opponent won't try to fight you anymore, so you have to find other ways to, you know, to use your lead to affect people. And in most cases it's just going to be by roaming. You know, you push in a wave, you roam, and you can see that we just use that here, so just collect a kill on Rengar, and then we just go straight back to top lane. When I say roam, I don't mean, you know, take a tour all the way to bot lane. I see people do that sometimes in lower elos. That doesn't make any sense. I just mean, like, you know, if there's a fight happening near you, or like maybe mid lane, you're free to head over here. We're gonna have a bit of a spat here in top lane as both supports just chill, but it's not gonna turn into anything, so I feel like there's no point in showing it. I'll just show it for the sake of it. Alright. Now for me, this was kind of the point that sealed the game. If you look at the top right, my team is clearly winning, 5 to 16 kills, but my teammates have been inting recently. They've been dying and been giving away shutdowns. So I find here the time after pushing in Cassante to just go help out my teammate that's being chased by several of the enemy team, and I managed to collect some kills for myself. And I think pretty much after this, there's no way for the opposing team to come back, because they can't really use top lane at all anymore. The top lane jungle's gone, top lane is entirely gone, and I just ensure that there's no reason for any of the enemy team to even want to make a play towards the top side of the map. And that's pretty much what you want to be doing in top lane. You want to make it so that the enemy team feels like they can't play on the top side of the map. If you can do that, then they essentially are forced to just leave you alone and allow you to do whatever you want. And you can use that to put pressure out and really just push the game. From here, the game closes out pretty easily, just because my team is winning by so much. And so it's just a matter of, you know, me continuing to use the side lanes and get kills on him whenever I can. So he fights me here, so I just go in on him. Unfortunately, Zoe steals my kill. And here, I get another kill, this time on their ADC. And after that, I think the enemy team has already given up based on that Janna flash, so we just kind of pile mid and look to end the game. So as you can see, guys, the Cassante matchup is pretty easy. As long as you know how to play it right, you know what you're looking for. You're not looking to take any short trades with him. You're looking for long trades, so set yourself up for that. Don't play on his level. He's gonna, especially if he has grasp, he's gonna look for a quick E and maybe a Q and auto. Don't let him get that. You're only looking for very long trades with him, looking to just utilize the ability you have with Conqueror to fight him in the 1v1 and dominate him. And if you can do that consistently, I don't think there's any reason you should lose any Cassante games. Alright guys, it's been a good one. Let me know if you guys prefer this style of content where I just go through moments in the game and explain my thinking and rationale, or if you'd prefer like a longer game commentary. And I hope you guys also check out my other videos. I have plenty of videos on the channel. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Precision is the difference between a butcher and a surgeon.